everybody? Joseph Rothschild here, aka... And we are back with another Twitter thread. Today we're talking about a very specific card. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Discourse has been set aflame this week, pun intended, by an individual card called Bonfire. Bonfire searches a pyro monster and is currently pre-sailing for $130 US. So today I am asking you, what entire competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck can you build for under that amount of money? And I'm beginning with probably the granddaddy of them all, Fluondereeze. I am pretty sure costs maybe $15 total, and it's like tiered. Let's see what you all came up with. But first, this video is sponsored by Factor. As we start the new year, I've become even more busy than usual with even more new projects than I can handle, so I don't have that much time to cook, nor the energy to do so. And that's where Factor can help me out. Factor is a pre-prepared meal delivery service that makes eating well come naturally, no matter who you are. That's because their meals take only 2 minutes or less to get ready, with no prep and no mess, so you'll be saving lots of time that you can now spend on yourself. Factor is great for people with a busy lifestyle who want to eat well. It's no-nonsense, delicious food that's ready quickly, and their chef-prepared meals take the guesswork out of eating well through nutritious, purposeful eating. There's even meals for those looking to follow keto, low-calorie, or vegan and vegetarian lifestyles. I always cook with my wife, and Factor has really cut down on the time we waste in the kitchen. Now we get to spend that time together doing what we want instead of an hour prepping food. And if you're worried about dietary needs, Factor has you covered. Meal plans offer variety with a rotating weekly menu of 34 meal options, 36 add-ons like smoothies, keto shakes, desserts, and more, so you'll be spoiled for choice. Meal plans range from 4 to 18 meals per week, and you can add more or reduce based on your preference. You can also easily modify food preferences at any moment or skip a week if you're not around and don't need meals. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link.
For life? Is life... So that's a long time.
That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors with every order as long as you're an active subscriber. Click the link in the description or scan my QR code with your phone. Kyle says, Prosby reprint actually made this deck quite affordable. You lose to any Floodgate, but if you get to go off, you get a quick effect, chain block Raigeki into your choice of ritual boss monster. You know, Megalith always weirded me out. I never really understood why people stopped playing it. I guess it was the Block Dragon ban, but sheesh. Shinesparker says, with Wild Survivors, Rarity Collection, and Fire King and Beware of Trap Trick structure decks, Dinosaur is buildable under $130. This is an older build tailored to my locals 6 months ago, but it's a baseline to go off of, and you have 2 Pankratops. And we just got the Soul Eating Oviraptor made, so you can play at your local, then come home and play at the Master Duel. Virtual World, it's good right now, I promise. Ugh. You and Leah Asimov running defense for this. Oh, this person's also named Leah. What is it with Leahs and this deck in particular? MZMI may have cursed us with Bonfire, but it also gave us the greatest gift imaginable, playable Zodiac. Wow, you're even playing the Fenrir's. In case you all are wondering what individual card from Maze of Millennia makes this possible, it's that one little spell card. Speedroid Kashtira fits, but only thanks to the reprints that cut the price of Baron Fleur to less than 100th of its former value. Also, you have to leave out Little Knight, but I assume we're doing that for most of these decks. Yeah, Little Knight kind of complicates pretty much all of these. Speedroid Kashtira is a deck where you genuinely probably do not need her. You can unironically build Labyrinth Stun, but I don't want to. Sword Soul is budget friendly. With Baron being a few dollars now, you can build it in its entirety for less than $80. Wait, is that true? This is like a tiered strategy. You all understand this, right? The Battle Nuns, main, extra, and side can all be bought for less than 1 Bonfire. There's no way this is true. Isn't Martha expensive? Isn't Magnifica expensive? Yes, this deck is pennies, but you're not really playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's weird to say, but it's cheaper to build a Madolche deck than buy 1 copy of Baron. That's so crazy, because for so long, Madolche was known as the deck that was randomly super expensive for no reason. Naturia Runic, while not as good as the other variants with Sacred Tree Limited, is still a fairly cheap deck to build because the Runic Core and Baron got reprinted last year, and the Naturia Core itself is pennies. This is also a good suggestion because it builds into more competent strategies, you know? As you get money for, like, Lubellions, you can play the Bestial version and Quests and shit. I don't even know if that deck plays Lubellions, I'm gonna be honest. No. Huh? You can just straight up buy Rescue Ace? What are we missing here? Oh, the Diabell Stars. Fuck. No, don't play this. Easy. This fire deck doesn't need Bonfire because it's secretly a dark deck. Okay, I will pull out a lot of stops before I pay for a Bonfire. I will not play Pokemon. Pen Magician is actually in a really solid spot right now and feels so much better that it has 2-card combos and can afford to play like 15 non-engine slots. And I'm so happy that they're not releasing a card in the super expensive series of cards that makes this deck completely unplayable. Main deck is dirt cheap, so you have room to spend on the extra, which tends to be pretty flexible. Yeah, but but you're not really playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Same thing as Flower Guardians. This list cuts it close to 130, but some of Omega's prices are outdated, and most of the extra deck price is Zeus specifically, who is going to be nothing after the 2-player deck reprint. If only there was someone in the community that could teach me what this deck can do. Alas. Those Water Girls topped a few events, including YCS Bologna, so that's my pick. Wait, this deck topped Bologna? You could play Plunder Patrol! I always recommend playing Plunder Patrol. You're going to be able to summon Bran a lot in the upcoming format. I hear there's going to be some fire monsters around. Deck Core is $10 at the moment, and it's the 10th best deck in the OCG due to the new support. The only problem is we have no idea when the new support is coming out. Oh god, hopefully never. Spriggans! It's so crazy that Spriggans was never competitively viable. I put up multiple videos on this deck. It was so close so many times. Like, legitimately, there were like 3 or 4 formats where it's like, Spriggans is probably pretty strong, but no one played it. I have no idea why no one played it. There were a ton of formats where it was way better than stuff that was seeing consistent play, but no one played it. I mean, just like Flower Guardian and Dark World, you're not really playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Dinomorphia costs half the amount of a single Bonfire. It just costs most of your life points instead. Dinomorphia has tops, like plural. This deck is really competent. For some reason, people aren't experimenting with it, and for some reason, it is seeing no serious play at the moment. I think it could happen. I think it could happen. Sprite! Oh, man. What happened to Sprite? I legitimately don't understand why Sprite isn't good. Like, it's got almost everything. It's got a million different shells it can be played in. No elf means the deck goes from tier 1 meta threat to completely unplayable? No shot. Super Heavy Samurai being dirt cheap is really funny to me. I thought the Super Heavy Samurai was going to live past the Scarecrow ban. I was like, this is still extremely good. There's a million different ways you can get the Soul Piercer into the graveyard, but instead, everyone just decided they were now sick of this card and did not want to play it anymore. You know, you could tell me that Valence is a tier 1 meta deck, and I'd believe you. I just have no frame of reference for this strategy. I do not know what it does. I do not know how it plays. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. I remember it wasn't particularly strong at the beginning, but then there was like a second wave of support, and maybe it was good then, and also it searched Cyberstein, but it doesn't do that anymore. Who knows? Yes, Abyss Actors is well under the price point. Top 4 at a regional. Not only does the deck play exclusively cheaper staples, but the core is available in common as well. For the low cost of exactly access code talker, you too could top a regional. Nemorelia, who paid you to talk about Nemorelia? Drytron is inexpensive, with Nova and Meteonis being the only price point at about 10 to 11 each. Meteonis Drytron is money? Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is another deck that, despite receiving pretty minimal banlist hits, just disappeared off the face of the earth. Chaos Max is still an asshole. Geo Gremlina! Geo Griffin is a $10 pre-sale. Let me tell you right now that Geo Griffin is not going to settle at $10. This is a $1 card. You know what else you could do instead of spending $10 on Geo Griffin? Just not play it. You don't have to. You can play something else. Its effect is not particularly important. I have high hopes for these cards, and I think that they are very playable. All in all, I hope this video has shown you that while Bonfire is an absurdly expensive card, you do have options. Some of those options are just way better than other options. Don't buy Nemorelia. You could purchase one World of Warcraft action figure Troll Hunter Tazdingo DC Unlimited new in box for less than a playset of Bonfires. No. I stay away from the Voodoo Man.